What up, guys? I'm gonna wait until I can see that people can see this. Hopefully they can. There we go. Hey, Chris. What up, Patrick? How you doing? All right. I'm gonna give it a little bit so everyone can join in. I'm just chilling here. I'm at my parents' house here in Niagara Falls. Came to visit for the first time in a while, and I said hey to my dogs. I told my mom that she should bring the dogs down in like 30 minutes or so I'm gonna bring them onto the camera too. But I'm just chilling here. I decided that it was time to visit because it's been so long that I've been at my parents' house. And I decided that today was a lovely day to do that. So today I'm just gonna be chilling with you guys for a bit. I'm actually gonna do a production related live stream too, but probably tomorrow or like late tonight. Cause I'm in Niagara right now, so for me to get home it'll take like an hour or so to drive home, and like by the time I'm done with my hanging out with my parents, it'll probably be a little bit late. But if I do the production live stream, it'll probably be on Twitter. Can you please sign our EDC totem? Yeah, probably. I'm excited for EDC. That's gonna be so sick. How are your dogs? They're so good. My mom took a video of when I first pulled up in my car, like, and I got out. Both my dogs ran out of the house, and they just like they chased after me, and they were screaming. Like, they weren't even barking anymore. They were just screaming, like as if a human leg got set on fire. That's how they were screaming. So, that was good. Oh yeah, somebody was like, she's rocking the sweater you gave her. It's true, a fan gave me this sweater, and it's so sick. I love it. I wear it, actually, I've worn it quite a few times since I received it. Nick's like, how is your lizard? I actually didn't say hi to the lizard yet. Oh my god, I haven't said hey to the lizard since maybe four years ago, or probably 4 or 5 years ago now, when I got the lizard. And within the first like week, I was trying to show off to my mom, like, look how comfortable I am with the lizard, that the lizard can like crawl on my arm. And then the lizard bit my finger, and I actually had to like go like this against the tank to like whip him off my finger. And then since then I haven't spoken to the lizard, including today. Still no conversation. This somebody asked what's on your wall. This isn't my room. This is just this random room in my parents' house. It's like super strange, just like a really random small room that I decided that I want to live stream in here. Let's see. Are you excited for Shambhala this summer? Yeah. Shambhala is going to be awesome. I'm super excited. Last year was just like a complete game changer, so I'm excited to play it again this year. And for Forest too. I'm like extremely excited for Electric Forest. Let's see. Thank you for the unbelievable night at Seattle. I'm glad everybody had a good time at the Seattle show. That show was so intense. Like, it was really, really fun. I had a blast, don't get me wrong, but it was so hot in there, and like, because it was so hot, the goggles like acted out and like kind of bummed me out hardcore on stage, because like I want things to like go a certain way, and I want you guys to get the full experience of kind of me being in character on stage like the majority of the set. And so for the goggles to like cut out on me early on in the set, I was like pretty bummed, but everybody in the crowd just seemed so like, it's okay, Rezz. So I was like, okay, great. Somebody was like, mousetrap plans. We got some insane plans. So today, before I drove to my parents, I had a call with Mousetrap. Me and my management, not sure, it was like literally a conference call of like, I think there was like 8 people, like 7 or 8 people or something like on the line. Maybe not that many, I forget, but there's a lot of voices, and we're all just kind of talking about the release of my future big project, and we were just kind of getting all the stuff organized. Like, I have all the tracks finished, and I just received the artwork cover for the EP, and Luis, my guy, absolutely just like nailed it out the park. Like, if you saw my Something Wrong Here artwork, it's the same dude made my new artwork, and like it's just like absolutely so out of this world. Super, super cool. Please say hi to me. Hey, Josh. Let's see. What's your favorite song you've produced? My favorite song I've produced now is, like, let's put it this way. I love Edge. Like, my favorite song that I've released is probably, one of them would have to be Edge. I'm like, seriously, it's hard to choose. I like a lot of them equally, but I gotta say, like, my favorite songs I've ever made are all on this next thing that I have coming out. I'm calling it a thing because it's like, it's just, I don't even know if I can call it an EP because there's like so many, there's more tunes on it, so you can't really call it an EP anymore, but I don't know if I want to go as far as calling it as an album, because like it's like the verge of an EP and an album, you know, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like the tracks on there, I personally feel like they're I've challenged myself like as a producer, and I think they're my favorite songs ever made. For sure, all of them. Like, there's one specific that I just made last week that's probably, like, in my top 3 songs I've ever made. It's called Diluted Brains. I named it that. Okay, so keep your eyes peeled and your ears peeled a little bit for this track called Diluted Brains. Which festival are you most excited for? Probably, right now, Electric Forest, but also EDC. Like, there's a lot, but, like, I'd say Electric Forest and EDC are, like, definitely up there. When will the new EP be released? We talked about it on the phone today. I don't want to actually give out the exact date, but it will be in, like, a couple of months, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. And it'll be, like, beginning-ish. It'll be, like, summer. Summer for sure, but, like, not too far into the summer, but, yeah, it'll be in the summer. And I'm telling you, like, you guys will be so excited. I'll tell you straight away, like, Relax is gonna be on this. And, the video's done, and it's gonna be the first one you guys get. So let's just put it that way. So, kind of, like, throwing that out there. Can you and Akali stand next to each other at Electric Forest or Shambhala? Because he told me you guys have really similar eyes. Yeah, I love that guy. He's so sweet. I think, yeah, one of the first things he said to me when I met him was that we had the same color eyes. And I was like, really? And, like, I looked up close and I was like, yeah, I guess so. Any plans for Toronto anytime soon? So I looked at my kind of schedule, and to answer your question, yes, I am going to be playing in Toronto at some point, but like it's kind of a little bit away, but I assure you that it'll be worth it, and it'll probably surprise you, the venue that I'm playing. I'm personally surprised at the venue I'm playing. It's like a while away, so like don't even talk about it with your friends or anything, because like it's too long to even be like excited for yet. But the venue that I'm playing, I'm very impressed to have kind of, I guess, made it to the point of playing at this venue, because I just watched one of my favorite artists play at that venue like maybe like 5 or 6 months ago. I can't remember the exact date. But I mean, I watched big artists play at that venue, so for me to be playing at that venue eventually at the date that it is, it's like really crazy. Is Clear coming out with the thing, or is it going to be before? So my remix for No Mana's song Clear is coming out soon. I was supposed to come out actually maybe like a week ago or something, like originally, but I think it just kind of got pushed back a bit for whatever reason. But that's going to be released before. The Clear remix has nothing to do with my big project. It's more of just like a remix I made that I dig, so it'll come out. Let's see. There's so many comments. Let's see. Is there any way you can have a meetup at EDC with the cult? Yeah, that should definitely happen. I definitely should do a meet and greet at EDC and also at Electric Forest. The big ones like that should definitely be the case. I'll make sure that should happen. What do you think of Icon Collective, and will you come back? I didn't go to Icon Collective. I wasn't like a student there, but I did go there one day to do like a production tutorial. The funny thing about that though is that when I went to Icon Collective a while back, this was like 2 years ago, and at that moment I had Edge, my song Edge was done. I had it in my project file, but it wasn't released yet, and I actually opened up that exact project and showed the students at Icon Collective the inside of Edge. And it's funny because like at that moment no one had heard it before, no one knew what it was, so like it wasn't that hype. But if like any of those students remember or know me now, they're gonna be like, whoa, that's a trip, because she literally opened up the project file for Edge like at the interview or whatever, at the teaching. So that was crazy. Yeah, good times though. I didn't go to school for production, but I think it's kind of cool if somebody like feels like they have a lot of ideas but can't get them out due to the lack of technical knowledge. I would choose to go to a school too. Be out in a second. How do you feel that the cult is gonna hit 10K soon? It's crazy. Like, everybody's talking about the cult, you know? Like, when I play at every show that I play at, whether it be a venue or whatever, like, there's always the promoters or something, they'll be like, they haven't seen something like this happen, with regards to, like, the passion and the, I guess, enthusiasm of the fans since Skrillex has come up when he was just first blowing up. They said they haven't seen something like it since then. So, it's, like, really crazy. So for the cult for it to get to like 10K already is just like, it's nuts, you know? But it's never really about like the numbers for me. It's more of like, I'd rather have a small amount of like insanely awesome diehard fans as opposed to having like millions of just fans that are not that crazy about you. They're more of just like mediocre, like they have like mediocre thoughts. Like, I don't want that. I love that my fans are like very about everything I do, you know? What inspired you to make down tempo alien type music? It comes so naturally for me. Like, I don't sit there at my computer and think like, today I'm going to make a very dark, weird track. Like, I don't think that. I just like, I sit there at my computer and I just make this shit, you know? Like, it just comes out of me so naturally. It's like, it's literally me, you know? Like, it's my experiences and like my life, I guess, and subliminal messages and things that I've experienced that just influence like kind of sound. And Yeah, it's always been that way. And I think that's why a lot of people, like you guys, vibe with it so much, because I think you can tell that it comes from like in a very genuine, real place for me. Who are your favorite artists? Right now, like, it's been weird. Like, I've just been working on so much of my own stuff that don't really have like favorite artists right now. Like, I will always value and respect people like Deadmau5 and Gesaffelstein and Bass Nectar and Pretty Lights and stuff like that. But like, I don't have anybody that I'm like crazy about, you know? Like, I don't have somebody to be like, oh my god, like we gotta go see this person. Like, I don't have anybody like that right now, except I would still love to see like Gesaffelstein any day, you know? I would love to see Deadmau5 any day, stuff like that. But lately I'm influenced more of like trying to get deep inside my own head as opposed to finding external inspiration, you know? Let's see. So what's the plan with your merch now that Merch Poppy is gone? So we basically, I was told not to speak too much of the subject, but basically the merch situation became like a very big task to handle for one person due to like, you know, merch having to be shipped out to every single city that I play in, and then some cities not receiving the merch and being very upset that they didn't get to buy any merch at the show or anything like that. And so we kind of got this like opportunity to work with the same people who do Deadmau5's merch. And the reason that we decided that it was probably a good idea to do so is so things kind of would run more smoothly, and everybody would be receiving their merch always, and there'd be no ever complications or anything that I would have to worry about. And on top of that, I have something else that I can't speak about that will also be like, I guess, a part of my merch, and it's a really big like item that multiple big items actually, and we just decided it would be best that we kind of got a merch company with a lot of people to do it. But I love Brandon so much. Such a nice guy, honestly, and I would love to still continue working with him in one way or another in the future somehow. So you never know, right? Are you still going to be doing the production live stream later this week? Yeah, I'm either going to do the live stream production thing. Well, I mean, I'm not actually going to be streaming my screen because I have unless somebody teaches me how to use Twitch, because I've never done that. But I will at least be on live stream on Twitter and like showing you my screen with my phone or whatever best I can do. If we'll be talking, and I'll answer any production questions that anybody has, you know? Someone is like, did you smoke the snake joint? Oh my god. Well, yeah, I did. I did, actually. It was good. Let's see. How are your bass lines so far? Do you mix and master tracks yourself? Yes, I do everything myself. I've never had help on anything. Every song I make, it's just like, I just do it, and it happens really fast. I've just kind of learned along the way of how things work. And with regards to like the ideas of the songs, like I mentioned previously, it's just like everything's just very natural, you know? But sometimes I get blocks too. Do you put your hat and stuff on for live streams, or do you just wear it all day? That's a good question. I actually just when I'm at home, I never wear a hat. Like, it's either my hair is fully up in like a onion, or my hair is like down, like everything's down, like no ponytail. But for today, I specifically wore a hat because I knew that I was going to do a live stream, and I gotta stay in character for the fans, you know? Are you related to E.T.? Yeah. E.T.'s my cousin. He's cool. Let's see. What was up with those cartoon sketches with you and Snake? See, that is a big thing that you guys are going to like lose your minds when you see and hear about this. And I'll be able to speak of all this quite soon, which is crazy because it's been this whole thing has been like basically like at this point it's probably been a solid 7 months or 8 months in progress of everything that I've been doing, and now like it's getting to the point where I can actually speak of it soon, and that's just crazy. So it's exciting, and I can't talk about it still, but it's gonna be worth the wait, you know? Let's see. What were you doing before you started producing music? Before I started making music, I was working at Hard Rock Cafe, and I was in school too. I was in high school, and then I graduated high school. I took my year off of school. I stopped kind of working at the Hard Rock because I got basically fired for dodging a bunch of big weekends to go to festivals to like watch people perform and stuff, and like then I started making music after that, around that time. Are you from Toronto? I'm from Niagara Falls. Oh my god, there's so many questions. That remix you did with 13, is that coming out on your thing? Well, first of all, the tune, I made multiple tunes with 13, but the tune that we made, the main one that we made, is going to be on my next thing, so yeah. How was hanging out with Keizo and OK a couple weeks ago? You seemed like you had fun. Yeah, it was great. I love those guys. They're super nice, and we're experiencing like obviously a very similar lifestyle and life experience right now with the way that things have kind of evolved, I guess, for all of us in like the industry and like the career world. It kind of has really changed our lives, and that being said, like we all just had a great night and just enjoyed ourselves, and we're very thankful for like the way that we all are experiencing the same thing, you know? What's your best advice to get started in the industry outside of DJing and producing? Well, if you're trying to do what I do, then producing is like the main thing. But if you're trying to get started in the industry outside from DJing and producing, I would just kind of try and email a bunch of people, find emails online or whatever. I think emailing is like one of the main ways to kind of get in contact with people nowadays, like industry people and stuff. So I would like try and hunt down some emails and try and get your way in with whatever you want to do. Easier said than done, but you can never know who you can like stumble upon. And then somebody asked, what's my advice for producers trying to make it big? So my advice to actual producers, like, I can go a long way with this answer, but I think the main thing is to focus on your music first, and then once your music starts to get heard in one way or another, then you should start focusing on a lot of things at the same time. So you need to start focusing on, like, you know, who potentially you want to hire for management. At that point, they may have already messaged you themselves asking, like, hey, can I manage you or whatever. You gotta make that smart decision of choosing the right people to work for you and with you, and then start brainstorming about potential potential ways to brand yourself, because that can go a long way too. And also just focus, like I said, focus heavily on production and just stuff like that. That's basically what I would say. And then you can also send your music to blogs to get some recognition and some plays, and then things just kind of start to snowball. You notice like this is snowball effect of just like things starting to come your way almost full force, just opportunities, and don't pass up, I guess, opportunities. Oh wow, there's so many. I'm gonna scroll down actually to the most recent ones, I think, because there are just so many that are up there that I'm missing. Please sell goggles as merch. Funny thing is that there's been quite a few inquiries to make that happen, and by the looks of it, the selling the goggles as merch, it's definitely a possibility, but it wouldn't be a replica of mine. It would more be definitely like a knockoff like version that wouldn't be as, probably not, I don't know how it would turn out. Like, I mean, I'm sure we would try and find the best way to make them last like a long time and make them good, but they probably won't be as like, you know, solid, I suppose, as mine, you know? Totally possible though. Are you releasing your EP before LA? Nah, it's not that soon. I wish it was, but it's not that. Oh, actually, I don't even wish it was, actually. I'm happy with when my EP is going to come out in the summer, because you'll see why, but it just makes sense at that moment to do so, and I wouldn't really change it. Okay. I'm not working with deadmau5 on a collaboration right now or anything, but like it's totally in the, like, it's possible. Like it can happen in the future for sure, because last time I saw him, or like I think like a couple weeks ago when I saw him, he was like, why don't you ever like stop by the studio or whatever, and it's like, realistically it's because we're both super busy, and like if I have like my time off or whatever, he's probably gone somewhere, and like I don't want to be the one to be like, hey, like, do you want to work on music or whatever. Like, I'd rather him just kind of invite me to the studio one day, and then that way I would do it, and it would be intense. But yeah, I'd probably walk in there with already like an idea, at least somewhat of an idea, so we're not starting from absolute scratch, because I'd probably be like a little overwhelmed. I'd probably come in with an idea. Hey, alright, my mom just walked in, and she's bringing the animals in. Okay, this is the ferret. Oh my god. Here we go. Say hello to everybody. So cute. Yeah, do they still attack her?
No.
Okay, good. My dogs used to attack the ferret a little bit, but nothing major.
No, just playful.
Yeah. Oh my god. She looks good. She doesn't look, you know, too old or anything. Like, I haven't seen her in a while.
She was 6.5.
6.5. Yeah. There's so many questions. Come here. Ah, the dogs. Oh, this is so difficult. Prince. They're too crazy. Oh, man. Would you recommend other people getting ferrets?
Yes.
I guess. I mean, I'm not crazy about the ferret. I mean, this is like mainly my mom's animals at this point, because I don't live with my parents anymore, but yeah, ferrets are cool. My sister's getting a new ferret, I think, for her place, and they're cute and they're quiet and friendly, but yeah, they can be. Oh, wait, one sec. Bella. Oh man. Any plans for a custom stage tour? Oh, you know it. That's definitely in the process. That's gonna be happening. Oh my god, Bella's so cute. Bella. And the other dog's attacking me from behind. They haven't seen me in forever. Well, how did your family react when you started getting attention from music?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Do you want to say something to them?
No.
She doesn't want to. My mom's nervous. But how do you feel about it? All the success and
Very proudness. Yeah, absolutely. It's very proud. It's unbelievable what happened to you.
yeah. I don't know if you can hear her. They're a bit quiet, but she's basically just saying that she's really proud, and it's like unbelievable the way that it's happened. So. But my mom, like, my parents, when I was just in my room, like, for that first solid year and a half or 2 years, 2 years, I was, like, just working on music 10 hours a day, you know? And so, like, I kind of had just belief that things were gonna happen, and they surely did, I suppose.
Yep.
So, somebody's, like, space grandma. Because I'm space mom, so you're a space grandma.
Okay, I love that.
I told them that you didn't want to come out, and everybody's like, "No, Vita, we love you."
Okay,
Okay, here, wait. Here's my mom and the dog. She's nervous to be in the public. Somebody's like, "Vita, adopt me." Oh my god. My mom actually basically only speaks fluent Russian to me. I don't know if you guys noticed that on the phone, but yeah, we are Ukrainians, but we speak Russian. Rezz, can you snake me? Yes.
What does it mean?
I don't think anybody knows what "can you snake me" means, but I mean, yeah, of course I'll snake everyone. Like,
Why not?
you're asking me if I'll snake you? Like, absolutely. Snaking people sounds great. I imagine that would just be handing somebody a snake. Like, here you go, snaking people. Throw snakes in the crowd.
Okay.
Yeah. Prince, you need to chill. It's a very chill moment right now, and here's Prince just like screaming.
Sneaky walking around.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, fans.
Oh, my mom says bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Oh man.
See ya.
See ya. Did you have any bass head friends at school? Funny thing is that, like, when I was, like, 15, 16-ish, I felt like I didn't really know that many people who listened to the same music as me. There was, like, literally, like, 2 or 3 people that, like, kind of listened to dance music and weird stuff, and everybody else just kind of, like, growing up in Niagara Falls, everybody else just kind of listened to, like, radio music, rap, hip-hop, stuff like that. Whereas I was just always, like, that person that liked dance music and was always like blasting music in my ears. Like, I'm surprised I'm not deaf. I actually went to the ear doctor 2 days ago, to a specialist actually, because I just wanted to, because like my right ear, like basically what happened was like about a year ago when I was flying back from Europe, I was sick, and when you're sick and have like stuff wrong with your sinuses, you're not supposed to fly. But I did, obviously, because I had no choice. And then when I landed in Toronto, I just noticed, like, I don't know if it's all in my head, but I just noticed, like, my right ear is a little bit dimmed from my left. And I thought maybe it was because, like, being sick or the pressure, but then, like, months and months later, it just remained kind of slightly, like, in my opinion, slightly dimmed. But when I went to the ear specialist the other day, I had a hearing test, and they said my hearing is, like, totally fine on both sides. Just, on the right side, the pressure, I guess, on the right side, the pressure takes a little bit longer to, like, the airflow is slower or something along those lines. And he said that it might have just something to do with, like, sinuses and my being sick sometimes and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm really happy, basically. That was a long story, but I'm really happy because he said my hearing is absolutely fine. And he said that I might just be an overly perceptive person, because he was shocked when I told him that, like, when I blink and close my eyes tightly on my left ear, I notice, like, it kind of, like, does this thing where my right ear doesn't do anything. He's like, for you to notice that, he's like, I've never had a client ever notice such a small thing to happen. And he said I might just be extremely overly perceptive, which I wouldn't be surprised of. Was your family always supportive of you and your music? At first, like, for the first year and a half and whatever, when I was in my room working on tunes all the time, like, my dad was definitely skeptical. He was like, what is she doing? Like, what is my daughter doing? She literally just sits there all week, every day, just, like, working on music. Like, what is she doing? He never saw, like, what it could turn into. And my mom was just kind of like, I don't think she, like, fully believed in me, but she was kind of just like, it's fine, let her do this and let her stay at home, because the longer she's here living with me, like, the happier, like, she's happy about that. So yeah, it was just kind of like whatever. They didn't, like, fully believe in me. I don't think anybody fully believed in me, you know, because, like, I'm just, like, some chick from, like, Niagara Falls. Like, I didn't have any connections, I didn't have anything to, like, boost me, I suppose. Like, I didn't have, like, a person I knew that it was in the industry, and so no one really believed that, like, things could happen. But I didn't need anybody to, like, believe in me. I kind of just, as long as I believed in myself, then that was good enough. And thankfully I did, and so, and obviously still do, and I just see kind of my vision for what I want to do, and I see how that's possible, and I see the road that is going to take me to, like, accomplishing each and every step of the way. And I just kind of trust in that, and trust in myself, and believe in, like, working hard and, like, achieving it, I guess. And yeah, so that's good. Your ear had food poisoning. Exactly, yeah. So that thing about my ear, turns out, plot twist, just had food poisoning. Oh yeah, and sorry if I'm saying like a lot. I just, I actually know a friend who says like. I'm gonna shout her out right now, Montana. She says like in between literally every word. It's the funniest thing ever. I say it a lot too, though, for sure, but I don't think I say it as much as her. Have your real friends stuck around? I find, like, I've always had great friends when I was in high school and stuff like that, but Right now, specifically, I think, like, I've gained my best friends now, even though it's kind of weird because you'd imagine that I'd be best friends with people from, like, the past, which I still love them and we all respect each other and there's no bad terms whatsoever, but I find that as of recently, over the last 2 years or so, that's when I've, like, met a bunch of my closest friends that I see myself actually remaining close with, you know? How is your friendship with Alice in Wonderland? I love her. We don't talk as much. I just feel like we're both just kind of occupied. I love her though, but yeah, we're both just kind of occupied. We don't text each other like as much as people would probably think, but I love her though. Did you always know Brie, or did you meet her when your music took off? I knew Brie when I was first playing a show. She knew of my music before we became friends. She was kind of a fan, and she went to a show which I played somewhere in Ontario. I forget Waterloo, I think. And she came to my show. It was like a very small show. I swear, like 100 capacity maybe venue. Like it was like one of my first bookings ever as like Rezz or whatever. And like this was before I had goggles. This was before I even wore a hat. I wore like my hair fully straight down at my show, and I was like chilling. It was like I didn't really see I don't want to say like I see a huge difference obviously between like friends and fans, but I saw absolutely no line at all in between that. So I was like in this very like let's party type mood. So I invited like a bunch of fans like to this after party, and me and Brie were chilling, like drinking and stuff like that, hanging out, and to this day she's like one of my best friends. So it's crazy how that happens, you know? So everyone's asking how I got in contact with Joel. So the story behind that, basically there's this group called Toronto Rave Community, and back then it was like always just people were always commenting in there, including myself. And before I had any real outlet for releasing music, I would always post my tunes there in the group and just be like, hey, this is my new song, check it out. And surely enough, after I posted this one tune called Contorted, Atlas from Mousetrap DM'd me and he was like, hey, like, I really dig your stuff. I'm going to send it over to Mousetrap. And I'm thinking like, yeah, right. Like, as if you're going to like send my stuff to Mousetrap. But okay, sure. He ended up sending it over to the manager of Mousetrap, which his name is Chris. And then like a couple months later, I ended up releasing my first single on Mousetrap, which is called Serenity. And then I ended up releasing my debut EP. And then I think after the EP was when I played my first show with Deadmau5 at in Montreal at this venue called Stereo. And yeah, I was on stage playing, and like he was literally just sitting there like on the chair watching my performance. So I was like obviously so shooken up, and then he came up to me and he was like, you're from Niagara Falls? And I was like, yeah, because he was raised here too. So we just kind of clicked like that. And since then there's been multiple occasions where we've chilled. I'm close with his fiance, and yeah, that's basically how it happened. What's the most exciting part of your job? The most exciting part of my job, for sure, is like, there's multiple things. There's a lot of exciting things, but I'd say making the music is the most exciting thing, but then also playing the music out for the first time, and then like seeing the crowd's reaction, but also just hearing the music on the big system, and like knowing that I had just finished making that in my like hotel room prior. It's crazy. So that's probably one of my most exciting things. And obviously like chilling with fans, playing for the fans, all that stuff. It's all really exciting, you know? Do you sleep in your hat? No. Literally, you guys might not believe this, but I'm serious. Like, when I'm home, I don't wear... I mentioned earlier, the only reason I'm wearing this today is because I knew I was going to do a live stream, so I gotta stay in character, but I never wear this hat when I'm, like, just chilling at home or hanging out with friends or whatever. It's usually just up in a ponytail or straight down, but it's just, I don't know. It's comfortable. It is really comfortable for me to wear, though. So I'll wear it to the shows and stuff like that. Um, How do you feel about the cult? I love the cult. Booking contact is, oh my god, literally everybody's saying take it off. I'm not gonna take it off right now. It's like, wait 1 minute. I do have hair underneath here though, just to prove it. See? It's actually really long. I have to cut it soon. But, oh yeah, it's always good when the ear bends like that. I think we decided that we named my ear, Feagle. That was it. Which is an extremely suitable name, especially when it's bent like that. I'll actually keep it like that now. This one is hidden underneath the hair, but this one it just knows that I'm live streaming in the cult today, so it wanted to make an appearance and it wanted to show off. So here it is. And like, if you want to know what this woman is behind me, I really don't know. There's some things that I just don't have an answer to. There's a woman there, a woman there. This is just what you call my parents' spare room, and there's just like women all over the wall. And this one's really creepy. I don't know what this one's doing, but oh, Fleeb. Somebody was like, no, the ear's name is Fleeb. You're right. It's not Feagle. What's Feagle? Oh, yeah. Feagle was an eyelash that got stuck in my eye. The eyelash got stuck in my eye for literally 3 or 4 days straight. And, like, I named it Feagle. And I was like, it basically just lives with me now. And that's that. But then, yeah, the ear's name is Fleeb. There we go. Do you have groupies? Nah. I actually just hired a tour manager. His name is Steve. You guys will all know who that is soon, because obviously I'll be like taking photos and like I'll introduce you guys to Steve. But he's my new tour manager. He's like this awesome 30. He's like in his 30s, very serious guy who just kind of gets the job done. But no, there's definitely no like, when I arrive to the venue, I kind of just go straight into the green room to chill and get ready. Relax a bit and sometimes have a drink and eat some carrots, and then I just go on stage and he brings me on stage. I don't really like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I just don't feel like I have any groupies, you know? Can you tell us what you think of Canada? I love Canada. I'm so happy and proud to live here, and like, it's really chill and comfortable, and I have no safety concerns, and I'm really chill, and just, yeah, things are great. When Rezz doesn't remember her own ear's name. Oh, man. Sorry, I'm just like reading all these. What are your goals as an artist? That's a tough one. That's a big one. But my goals as an artist is to kind of become somebody that particularly doesn't need to play shows as often, because they've created such a strong brand with their music and image and everything, that like I love Porter, I love Deadmau5, I love Gesaffelstein, and how like they don't actually need to tour that much. There's a lot of people in the industry. There's not a lot of people. There's like a few people that I can name off the top of my head that really nail it with regards to their music and their branding and their success and the way they have carried themselves, and they base their career mainly on their tunes and albums they've written, and then playing shows live and playing basically mainly their own stuff, whether it be 85 or 100% of their own music. Those are my favorite people to look up to, and the fact that those people are attracting these loyal fan bases with like tons and tons of people, like stadiums almost, arriving to these shows, and they're all coming to the show to watch them play their own music. So that's my goal. Like, that's kind of where I want to continue evolving towards, you know? I want people to be like very like if I play the beginning of a song in my set, for example, I notice when I play the beginning of Purple Gusher, for example, like that first sound in the beginning of Purple Gusher, like everybody in the crowd just like screams and goes crazy because they know the tune and they're excited for it. That's kind of exactly what I want to continue building off of. Are you aware that you're hot? Well, I think you guys have made that very evident, so I mean, I'm flattered that you guys think so. When I was in high school, like I think some people thought I was hot. People have told me, but like not like now. It's just like a whole new level. I think it's become its own kind of meme saying Rezz is hot because there's been so many people to say it. But I don't know. It's whatever. It's obviously flattering though to be told that all the time. Let's see. Oh man. What else is there? You mentioned you need a haircut. I'm a hairstylist. I literally have been cutting my own hair for the last, since I was like 13. Wow, that's years ago. But yeah, I just cut my own hair. Wow. Look at this. The ears really popping out today. Favorite beer or alcoholic drink? Either champagne or Stella. Um, can we see your spaceship? Oh my god. How is it dating and being a producer? Well, I'm not dating anybody, but I have, and it's like definitely like tricky. I don't plan on doing that for a very long time. Would you ever DJ without your hat? Oh my god, never. Never, no way. I wouldn't. The thing is that people don't realize is that the hat actually does multiple things on stage. So first of all, it is not only holding my hair, like for example, like no hair is falling in my face, so I don't have to like go like this every 2 seconds. But also it's extremely comfortable on stage, and uh, the hat with the way like my ears kind of go with it, it holds my goggles in place. That's why I can like bash my head around and like jump up and down so much because the hat holds the goggles and like it all holds it together. It's like this the headphones with the hat and the goggles, that's what holds it all together. If I didn't have the hat, the goggles would not stay on my face at all and it would be extremely uncomfortable for me. And like whether people like the hat or not, like because I know whenever I go out with my friends and I wear my hair down, they're like, "Oh my god, like you look so good. Like why don't you do that?" And I'm like, I do that sometimes if I want to, if I need to go out to like a place, but if I'm playing a show or if I'm doing a live stream or if I'm doing anything relative to Rezz and like stuff like that, I'll always be wearing the hat. It's just part of my character, you know? Does producing get you more recognition than DJing? I want to make it as a DJ, but I also want to take it to the next level. The way to make it as a DJ is to definitely be a producer nowadays. At least a respected one, I should mention. Because if you make it just as like a DJ and like don't have your own productions, like I find that there's no like I get attached to music because of the artist, like who created the music, you know? I don't get attached to a DJ that just spins other people's music all day long. like, I have no interest, you know? Like, I would never go see a DJ that, like, didn't play their own music. Because I just don't get it, I guess. Like, I mean, I think there's some DJs out there that have, like, insane, awesome, incredible DJ skills, and they're so rad. But at the end of the day, like, my favorite people, like, my favorite artists are, like, artists, like, the ones that create their own music. So I definitely gotta say, like, make music, and then the DJing will like, absolutely come flying at you, like, the opportunities, you know? Is it hard to see through your goggles? Actually, I've gotten very used to it now, so it's become quite easy. The only difficult thing is when the lights are off and I'm walking to the stage, I always got to make sure that there's somebody with me to make sure I don't miss anything I don't see when the goggles are off. But when I'm on stage and the goggles are on, yeah, I've gotten so used to seeing. It's, like, not even a problem. Can you put the goggles on so we can see? I don't have the goggles here. I'm at my parents' house. I just drove here to chill with my parents today and do this live stream, obviously. I was going to do this at home, but I needed to do both things today, so I figured I would just do it here. What is your left eye's name? I haven't named it yet. I was just kind of waiting for like somebody to name it. Do you guys wanna name my left eye? You can do that if you want. What do your parents think of you living the party life? They don't really see it as like they don't really classify it as like a party life for me. Like, they really see it, like, my dad especially, like, sees it now as like a business for sure. He kind of handles he handles the whole banking situation, and he definitely doesn't see it as like a party thing for me. Because, like, for me, as much as I have fun and I don't take myself too seriously, I do still take myself seriously to some degree. I mean, I would never, somebody asked me the other day if I have ever been so drunk and then realized I had to go on stage. Nah, I've been buzzed, obviously. I've had like a couple of beers or like some champagne and I've been buzzed, but there's never been a point where I'm like, oh fuck, I'm fucked up, I have to play this show. Like, that's never happened. That will never happen. Like, nah. But however, there's been like one time or two times where I've been on stage and like halfway through my set, I didn't realize that I like drank a lot of the beer or the champagne that I was drinking, and then by the end of my set, I'm like, all right, everybody, I am absolutely wasted. I need to get out of here. It's happened a couple times, but not often. Do you have multiple pairs of goggles? I have 2 pairs of goggles, and then I have another 2 getting sent to me within the next 2 weeks. So I'll have 4 total. How do you usually start a new track? I'm still gonna do this production live stream thing, but how do I usually start a new track though? It's pretty much always the same way as of recently. I always start with drums. So I'll like look for like a kick sample and like a snare or something, and just kind of make some sort of drum beat and have like high quality drums, because if you have high quality sounding drums, then like it becomes so much easier to get other synths and other basses sitting on top of those drums. It's all about choosing the right sounds. So the way I started is just collecting or creating sounds that I know sound good and will work. What do you usually do after your set? drink more and get drunk? No, definitely not. After my set, there's been a couple times where I've drank after the set because of like having friends there or whatever, but usually after my set, I get the fruits and the vegetables from my rider and bring them to my hotel. Chill, eat the fruits and vegetables, hang out, pack my belongings, and just get ready for the next morning. Basically, that's it. How many hats? I literally have like, oh wow, I have like probably over 80. I've collected them. Let's see. What computer do I use to produce? Mac. So did we name my left eye Rezz? That's the name? Okay, that's cool. Do you get nervous when you go on stage? I don't get nervous because I'm around a bunch of people. I get nervous, worried for, like, technical difficulties and shit. Like, even though I'm just using CDJs, I get worried that either A, my goggles are gonna, like, mess up, or, like, my CDJs are gonna unlink, or something's gonna just, like, some sort of cord is gonna pull out and wreck my flow somehow. That's what I worry about. That's the only reason I'm nervous before going on stage, but now that I've hired a tour manager, he kind of makes sure that everything's in place, and so when I get there, like, he already plugs my USBs in, and all I have to do is, like, walk on stage and, like, start my set, so that's the best. Why Mac and not PC? It's just because I started with Mac, and my intention when I first got a Mac was not for production. It was just like, I'm gonna get a Mac because whatever, I want one, and I had saved up at the time when I was working at the restaurant, and then when I first got Ableton onto my Mac, I just stuck with it, and I've gotten used to it, and now it's just like, okay, well, Ableton works flawlessly on my Mac, so why am I gonna, like, change to anything else, you know? Do you see yourself ever performing live? That's like, live with regards to, like, not DJing. You're saying just, like, live performance. I don't know if I'd want to do, like, anything like that, because it's not really part of my vision. Like, I never really saw myself, like, being on stage with, like, drums and, like, instruments. It just wasn't really a part of my vision. I see myself just continuing kind of down the path that I'm going now, and focusing more on, like, spending my money on, like, production on the show, as opposed to me just putting on more and more things to do on stage. It would make things really intense, especially wearing the goggles. I mean, DJing is one thing. It's so easy for me to DJ with the goggles on, but to perform live with the goggles, to, like, have, like, an instrument in my hand, I think that'd be pushing it a little bit, you know? I could probably play guitar, because with peripheral vision, I could look down and, like, play the guitar. But with anything else, it could be, like, kind of strange. Why would I play guitar, though, right? Like, actually, a lot of my tunes have guitar plucks, but I wouldn't actually play guitar. I don't know how to play guitar, by the way. Do you smoke? Okay, somebody asked me if I smoke. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Like, like, I don't want to, like, talk too much about it, but, like, if you ask me 5 months ago if I smoke, like, my answer will be different than now, and my answer will be different in another 5 months. It's just on and off. It's, like, totally on and off. Didn't your goggles break in Seattle? They didn't break. They kind of failed on me in Seattle. They, like, glitched really hard and then kind of just, like, turned into, like, Terminator eyes for a minute. And so I looked at my tour manager, and he was like, yeah, definitely take them off, like, in case the heat is going to further break them. So I took them off, and then after the show, I tried to turn them on. They were totally fine. I was like, wow, okay, well, at least they didn't break. But when it was so hot in that venue, to the point where, like, I walked in, and I was immediately sweating. Like, I didn't even go on stage yet. I just walked into the venue, and I was just, like, wrecked. And then the goggles just kind of acted out. Alright, so, wait. Oh, but if in case somebody's asking, somebody's like, smoke what? I don't smoke cigarettes. The only time you'll see me smoke any sort of a cigarette ever is if I'm really drunk, like extremely drunk off of like a ton of beer or something. Yeah, I know it's not classy at all, but maybe on occasion I would smoke a cigarette, but like I typically absolutely hate them. Think they smell so bad and like nah. You'll never see me smoke one cigarette. But with regards to like weed, that's like a different story. But it's like on and off with weed. Alright, you guys are the best. I've been here for a while. I should probably chill with my parents a bit more. I'm probably gonna eat some food and hang out and then drive back to my place. I might still later tonight might do the production live stream thing tonight, like only answering questions based on production on Twitter, but it might either be today or tomorrow that I do that. So I'll keep you guys posted. Check on Twitter though. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. So I'll chat with you soon. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day. See ya. Also, my ear says bye.